He can do that for sure.
Yes, indeedy.
Miami runs away with it, 115-89, as they end a 3-game losing streak. Season high 17 points for Justise Winslow, who is with us from South Florida. And Justice, thanks for being with us. Appreciate the time as always. All right, tell me a little bit about life in the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference when you're on a losing streak and you got to pay attention to everything else happening around the league and your position in it.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple weeks ago we were playing for that 3rd spot, so it's been a roller coaster for us as a squad the past couple weeks, but we're just staying with it. I mean, this Eastern Conference, 4 and down is pretty tight, so we could put a nice streak together right here. We can jump a couple spots.
What have you been working on in your game? It seems like you're really active tonight. You got a couple nice bounces on the rim to go down, but you were very active defensively, and I thought that really propelled you offensively this evening. Yeah,
for me, just improving all aspects of my game. Obviously the 3-ball, I've been working on that, but just trying to be more efficient and effective finishing around the basket. I mean, early in the season I was letting some bunnies go, so that's been a focus. I've been working on with some of the coaches, just finishing those easy layups.
And speaking with that, Justice, how are you feeling physically? I know you've been banged up a lot this year. And tell the world that you're finally healthy and excited to help this team for a playoff push.
Yeah, I mean, it's 82 games. You're never going to feel 100. But for me, I'm still young, only 21, so I feel like I can hoop, at midnight, at 6 a.m., at 2 p.m. So for me, it's a little easier versus, a guy like D-Wade, a little older. But finally healthy, missed a lot of time last year, a little time this year. So finally getting in a rhythm and being effective out there.
And you touched on a little bit about D-Wade. How excited were you to have a future Hall of Famer come back in that locker room and give words of wisdom to help you guys with this playoff push again?
I loved it. And, my rookie year was great having him around, and, I almost kind of took it for granted, and then last year, we kind of missed some of that leadership and just a wing player that I could look up to and offer any advice to me. So it's been a blessing having him back and just being able to learn from him.
Justice, before we let you go, we see the patch on the jersey, and obviously the team held a memorial and a moment of silence tonight for the 17 victims of that horrific shooting back on the 14th. You play basketball for a living. You're there to play a game. What's going through your mind as you think about that moment and all those lives lost and just a somber moment there in the arena before you're trying to get ready to play a ball game?
I mean, it's emotional. At the end of the day, we're athletes. We're still human. But this was very emotional. I mean, living in South Florida, this is right down the road. I mean, I got teammates that have kids that are in school. I was in school 2-3 years ago, so it was an emotional time for the whole crowd, the whole arena, and just never want to see something like that happen. And our nation